I welcome you to this presentation. Okay, so for now I have a cloze test. Okay, so in this video I'll give step by step, okay, guidance, hints, tricks, okay, and then methods which we use when we are writing a cloze passage. Okay, so I extracted this actual paper from 2019 November. Okay, so in here I'll try to show you with the steps and examples on how to answer the cloze test. Okay, so before we get started, I'll give you the hints. Okay, so I'll give you the hints which we use when writing the cloze test. Okay, so I've written down some hints and then I took note of some hints which I want to share. Okay, so the first one is it is important to read through the passage at least 2 times before you fill the blank spaces. So I usually recommend this, okay, because when you read through the passage, you have a connection with what the passage is about, okay. So don't go direct to answer the question. So when you go direct to the answer the questions, you won't know what the passage is about, and then you won't have the connection with what the passage is about. So most of the times, this part, students or pupils, they miss it. They go direct to start tampering with filling the blank spaces. Okay, so first of all, read through the passage, have the connection with the passage, okay, through skimming, and then from there you now start filling up the blank spaces. Okay, so this is the first hint. Okay, so you ensure that you go through and then you understand the passage. Okay, so the second point is once the theme of the passage, this was to be passage, is clear, okay, it become easy to fill the blank spaces. So this is when you have a connection. If you have the connection after you read through, okay, you can now fill the blank spaces. But if you're not clear, go through again, okay, go through again, and then you have a clear picture of what the passage is about, okay. So when you are reading through, you have a connection with the passage. And then the other point is read again slowly to gain an understanding, okay, if the of the paragraph. So this was to be of the paragraph, okay. So we call this as skimming. So you have to go through again so that at least you are sure of, okay. So therefore you ensure that you go step by step slowly, and then you see the connection again. All right, so from there also now we come to the other hint. The other hint is you brainstorm. So brainstorming is where now you are suggesting the appropriate word, okay? So you start having the internal debate, okay? So you brainstorm the idea to be applied. But in this video, I'll show you and I'll guide you on how to brainstorm, okay? But we don't just brainstorm, okay? But ensure that you have a connection with the passage. When you have the connection with the passage or the actual given story, then it is more easy for you to brainstorm the word that is needed. But read the whole sentence and then now see what can be given on that point, on that blank, or what can be applied on that blank. So ensure that tenses are taken into consideration. You need to take note of the tenses and many other things that are present, okay? So, and then the other point is use the correct required preposition. Okay, there are also conjunctions, there are also tenses, and so many other nouns. Okay, even nouns are to be used. Okay, adverbs, pronouns, and then also you have to apply many. Okay, so but okay, so but do that when you understand the passage context. So you have to understand the passage context, okay? And then also the other point is you take note of time markers, okay? Such as tomorrow, okay? Following day, yesterday, previous day, and so many others, okay? So you need to know time markers. Time markers are very, very important. Like for example, the following day. Tomorrow can change to the following day. Okay, so this is important, but mostly that this one is just conditional, okay, because like in our cloze test we only apply one word. One word is the only one which is required. We don't apply two, okay. So this is how you can take up, okay. So now I'll take you to the example, okay, which I took from 2019, and then we see exact on how I'll be using some hints. So this is the actual paragraph, okay. So I'll read through the paragraph, okay. So I'm given the paragraph like this. I'll first of all start by reading, okay. So question one, okay. So we have structure 20 marks, okay. So section answer both section 1 and section 2. So section 1 close passage 10 marks, okay. So complete the following passage by supplying the missing word. Only one word must be filled in each blank space. Only one word, okay? No two words, no three words, okay? So let's try to understand the passage. So I'll read the passage and then from there we go through. So the idea, remember, from the point that we have to understand the passage. Okay, so we shouldn't put answers and then we mix up things. So we have first of all to read through the passage. So we'll read together and then from there we answer afterwards. So here I'll begin. Internet dating continues. Okay, so you have to read continuously. Okay, internet dating continues. Okay, dash grow in popularity. Okay, worldwide. Okay, so we can even feel, it can even tell us when we read this continuously, we can even feel that this is two. Okay, internet dating continues to grow. It makes sense. Okay, internet dating continues to grow. Okay, so here I'm putting two, I'm brainstorming. Okay, as I'm passing through this point, I'm brainstorming that what should be added here is two. So you read through. Internet dating continues to grow in popularity worldwide. Okay, internet romances may blossom quickly, but they often wither when reality sets in. Okay, but here is, oh, there is a dash there. So even when you see from, okay, when you are reading continuously, you are able to feel the word that should be applied. Okay, so that's the good part of close. So when you just take up the blank, it will be difficult. Okay, so but often wither when reality sets dash. Okay, there is a great cause, okay, dash concern. Okay, so here we will see of concern than mere disappointment. Dating in this fashion may put you in serious danger, whether physically, emotionally, we can even say this is, or spiritually. Okay, so we can even say or spiritually, because we have to understand the term whether. Whether is an optional word, it gives out an option. It can sometimes mean either. Okay, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So I can even feel the word that should be applied here is or spiritually, because of the term whether here. Okay, how can something that looks innocent and safe, okay, a computer terminal right in your own home, actually be a danger to you? You can even feel that actually be a danger to you. So even here we can feel that be a danger to you. That's the word that we can apply. Okay, but to just going through for the first time, how how is such dishonesty practiced on the internet? Okay, and what dangers does this present to those who are looking for romance? Oh, here we can say even for romance, okay, but we can say looking for, because when you're looking, you look for romance. Okay, now we go through again. Remember from this actual part, okay, remember that we have to go through again. We go through, we read slowly, we read again slowly and understand the paragraph. So we are reading again slowly. Okay, so let's go back again. We read slowly. Okay, now we begin. Okay, again. Internet dating continues to grow. So see here, internet dating continues. When continuing, okay, there should be a preposition here. Continues. So we can say continue to, okay, because the word to grow, it is to, it should be applied, meaning that continuation, we can say internet dating continues to grow. So here there should be a preposition that should show continuation. Okay, So to continue, okay, or we can say continues to. Okay, so the preposition which we will apply is to. Okay, so to, okay, is a preposition indicating continuation of an action. So it shows the continuation of an action. So see, there is a continuation of an action. Internet dating continues to grow, okay, in popularity worldwide. Okay, so we take note of continuation. So continuation to grow. So this is giving us a continuation, okay, of an action, okay, worldwide. Internet romances blossom quickly, but they wither, okay, but they wither when reality sets in. Now here there is something that is coming in. Okay, so internet will wither. To wither basically is more like to dry out, okay, or maybe flop off, okay, and so many others. So when the particular internet withers, what comes in? There is something that usually come in, okay. So when reality is the one that comes in, or we can say set in, okay. So the word that we can apply here is set in. Okay, so I'm starting all away from here to put up in here. Okay, so that's why from the actual ideas, you have to read the paragraph. You have to read through slowly. But they often wither when reality sets in. Okay, so they are easy. So I'll even explain the word in. So in there, what it can mean, in is the preposition indicating the point when something come in or happen. Okay, so when something comes in, like for example here, when reality sets in. So to set in basically is to come in. So in when there is something that has come in or maybe has happened, we can say in. Okay, then let's look at this part here. Okay, there is a greater cause, okay, there is a greater cause of, okay, we can say there is a greater cause dash concerning than mere disappointment. So here if we look at something like greater cause of concern, there is concern here. So concern basically it's more like a worry, okay, or maybe something that can it's brought to an attention. Okay, so we use the word we use the preposition for. For is the actual preposition that can mean if we look at it, for is a preposition that gives a reason for concern. Okay, so here we have a reason. What reason? Okay, so the reason, there is a reason for concern. So there is a greater cause of for concern because they will be people will be worried if we look at when internet basically begins to blossom quickly, it will start causing greater for concern. Okay, there is a greater for cause for concern than mere disappointment. Okay, dating in this fashion, okay, may put you in a serious danger. Okay, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Now, why are we using spirit or here? Okay, I might I will state this. Why or? Or is applied because of weather. Okay, but here if we never had weather, then we should put and. If this one is not present, then and should be applied. Now here we have weather. Weather also can there. If we had either, for example, if we had either here, then here should be or as well. Okay, so if we had both and then let's say one item wasn't present, there were just two items, we can say and. But here we can't use and because of both is not applied. Or maybe if we are listing, if this was a listing, okay, then we should put and. So now here we have an option word. Whether gives an option. Okay, so when an option is given, then we have to apply or because these will act will act in a singular form. Okay, so I'm putting in or there. So or is a conjunction indicating one of several probabilities. So one of the several probabilities, it can either be physical, emotionally, or spiritually. Okay, so that's what we have there. Okay, so we move on, dear viewers. So we have this part here. How can something that looks so innocent and safe a computer terminal right in your own home actually dash danger to you. Okay, we can say be, or we can say present, or we can say pause. Okay, be a danger to you, actually be a danger to you. So what is it becoming a danger to you? A computer terminal right in your own home, okay, actually dash a danger to you. So we here, if you look at the idea, please, dear viewers, we start from the far end. Okay, when you are trying to come up with the answer on a particular point, start all away from the far end, and then you now make a run on until you meet the word that should be applied. So a computer terminal right in your own home, um, okay, actually be a danger to you. Okay, so therefore we can put the three words. So three words were applied there, but choose any of the three. All of them were right. Okay, the three options were right, but you are required just to use one. So I just made some options. Okay, so we have be, present, or pause. Okay, so here we can even say pause or present or be. Okay, any of these, they are right, they are correct answers. Okay, so if we see, I will take pause. So pause can mean to present or constitute a problem. That's what it can mean. So here, but it's not always that pause can constitute a problem, but it can present. So the method of presenting by by a display, so that is pausing. Okay, so we can now go on to the other one. Okay, so we continue with the paragraph. Okay, how is such dishonesty practiced on the internet, and what dangers does this present to those who are looking dash romance? So when you're looking, what do you look for? Okay, when you're looking, you look for something, isn't it? So we look for romance. Okay, the appropriate word there to apply is for. Okay, so when you start from here, and what dangers does this present to those who are looking for romance? Okay, so the word that we can apply for is, okay, the word we can apply is for. So for is a preposition indicating the purpose of an action. Okay, so that's the usage of for in our case. So dear viewers, let's try to look at the other side. Okay, so on the other side, we continue with the paragraph. So I'll read again through this, okay, to have the deep understanding of the paragraph as I show you, and then from there we'll go through and write the appropriate answers. Okay, so here let's read through together. One parent was alarmed to learn dash a large proportion of children disobey parent rules against visiting dangerous websites. So let's read through again. One parent was alarmed to learn that. So here you, when one is learning, it's more like this person came to discover, okay, or to notice. So you notice that, okay, or you learn that a large proportion of children, okay, disobey parental rules against visiting dangerous websites. Okay, so we are starting from here. The deep meaning was from here. One parent was alarmed to learn, and then what word should follow after that? That's where I'm starting from. Okay, and then here we continue from this other part. When youths use the internet, okay, to meet new people, they can be far more in danger. Okay, so here, see, okay, they can be in far more danger, and then these children, they don't know than they realize. Okay, so the youth they don't have the idea. Okay, so what can happen? They can be in far more danger than they realize. Okay, so here we can say than they realize, because the children have less knowledge. Okay, so we'll come back for it. And then, for example, some people can use the internet to lure minors, okay, into this base, okay, social activities. Indeed, there have been reports of adult sexual predators, okay. So I hope you know what a sexual predators are. Those ones who are looking for to, let me say, to take up, or maybe those ones who are after people for sexual motives. Okay, who pretend, we continue, who pretend to be youths, okay? To, we can even say who pretend to be, because here the word that can apply is to be. Okay, so let's go through again. There have been reports of adult sexual predators who pretend to be youths. Okay, so here you can apply it to be, because when one is pretending, he pretends to be something. Okay, so who pretends to be youths. So ensure that you are in a run on. Okay, so don't stop on the way. The way clause is when you stop on the way, then the meaning also is now, it is now taken to a far point. So ensure that you are in a run on. When you are in a run on, and then to be easy for you to apply a word. Okay, so here we can say be. Okay, be youths as they prowl the internet seeking to play on younger ones. According to one according to one study, 1 in 5 children who use the internet have been solicited for sex. Okay, so have been, we can say have been, okay, solicited for sex. One newspaper also stated that 1 in 30 33 children, okay, between ages of 10 and 16 were aggressively stalked, okay, so stalked during computer conversations. Now here I want you to see exactly how this is coming in. Okay, let's start from here. One newspaper also stated that in 33 children between the ages of 10 and 17 were aggressively stalked dash computer conversations. Okay, were aggressively stalked. So when was this happening? Okay, we have to take note of when was this happening. So it was during the computer conversations. So when the children are on computer conversations, that's when they are aggressively stalked. Okay, so which preposition or which preposition can we use? That is during. Okay, okay, or we can say in times of computer conversation, but we can't say in times of, because here we are only limited to one word. Always remember. So that word which we can state, that can mean the actual moment of time when things are happening. That is during. Okay, so now after reading through, we can now go on to apply the appropriate word. Okay, so always remember to skim through, brainstorm, and then now apply the appropriate word. Okay, so now let's go through again. One parent was alarmed to learn that. Okay, so that's the preposition I'm using. Okay, so if you look at the pronoun that is used to introduce the subordinate. Okay, introduce the subordinate clause that adds information to the main clause. Okay, so this one, it adds the information to the main clause. Okay, yes, so we have that one, and then now we can go to the other parts. Okay, okay, so let's read through again now in learn on. One parent was alarmed to learn that a large proportion of children, okay, disobey parent rules against visiting dangerous websites. Okay, when youths use the internet to meet new people, they can be in far more danger than they realize. Okay, than they realize. Just like we went through again, we are coming through again. Okay, than they realize. So than is a conjunction indicating the comparison between two things. Okay, so there are two things that are present here. Okay, the children, they are not in the mindset that they are in danger. Okay, and then also they are in more danger. Okay, so the two things can be shown with their differences by using than. Okay, so than is a conjunction. Okay, and then here we can go to this other one. For example, some people can use the internet to lure the minors into debased sexual activities. Okay, let's look at this one. Indeed, there have been reports of adult sexual predators who pretend to be youths. Okay, so we can use the word to be youths. Okay, so be is a verb indicating identity, okay, or role. So that's what be is indicating. So that's a verb. Okay, and then as they prowl the internet, seeking to play younger ones. Okay, according to one study, in 1 in 5 children who use the internet, okay, have have been, okay, we can say have been solicited for sex. Okay, so have there we have the word have. Okay, so have basically it's more like they are exposed to, okay, or maybe they have been subjected to. Okay, have been solicited for sex. So here this one here is showing the submission. Okay, 1 of 5 children who use the internet have been solicited for sex. So that's what we have. So we can say been. Been is a past participle indicating that the action has happened in the past. Okay, so we can see that this one was done in the past. All right, and then let's try to move on, dear viewers. One newspaper also stated that 1 in 33 children between ages of 10 and 17 were aggressively stalked. Okay, so we can say during computer conversations. Okay, so here I will use the word during. Okay, so during is the preposition indicating the specific time frame when the action happens. So during is showing the time frame. So what time was this happening? So this was happening during computer conversations. So when they were happy, when the children were having computer conversations, they were aggressively stalked. Okay, so that's what we can state there. And then we go to the other side. Okay, just pardon for this thing here. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, I want you to just pardon for that. Okay, just pardon for that mistake, please, people. Okay, so we will read through again, even though these ones have come in, but I will show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so let me do this and then I will take up. Some young people have found, to their surprise, that the youth with, okay, so here I will put up the word whom. So this is just an error for that part which showed up. Okay, so some young people have found, to their surprise, that the youth with whom they shared, okay, a budding romance, okay, over the internet was actually an adult prison mate. Okay, so these two are just residues because I've applied already the answers. So I'll skip this part. Okay, yes. So just pardon for that. And then okay, other young, okay, young, we can state. So here I'll take up this part. Okay, let me just do this. It was mostly to say. Okay, so let me start from here. Some young people have found it to their surprise that the youth with, okay, with whom they shared a budding relation, okay, let me do this, a budding romance over the internet was actually an adult prison mate. Okay, so other young. So I will start now from there. Okay, other young. So here we have other young dash. Okay, have unwittingly become involved with the sexual predators. So now, if you look at this word here, other young, who are those? Are they humans? Are they people? Are they individuals? Are they many and so forth? So other young dash. Okay, so we have to know that young can apply to people. Okay, other young people or other young individuals. Okay, or other young youths. Okay, you can say that. Okay, but you can say other young people, or we can say other young individuals. Okay, have unwittingly become involved with the sexual predators. Okay, but here we can even say other young ones. Okay, young ones can apply. Okay, other young ones have unwittingly become involved with the sexual predators. So here, this particular option, it had the 3 words. Okay, so we have 3 words that we can apply: younger ones, okay, young people, young individuals, and so many others. Okay, so in here I came up with options like individuals or people or younger ones. Okay, so you can even put that option, it's one of it. Okay, so if we look at individuals, it's a plurality, it's a plural, or we can say it's a plurality, okay, of persons, okay, of persons, and a pronoun referring to group of people. Okay, so that's what individuals can mean there. Okay, so we can take up that. Okay, and then these vile people first groom a prospective victim, building trust through friendly online chats. Okay, eventually they seek to meet in person in order to carry out their perverted desires. So now here, when you are in order to carry, okay, look at this. They seek to meet in person in order to carry. So we have to know the word in order to carry. So what do we carry? We carry on, we carry out. Okay, so to carry on their perverted desires. So here we can apply two words. So we can say to carry on or carry out, but we can say to carry out. Okay, to carry out can apply. So even in carry on, their perverted desires can also mean it can also apply there, because when you are carrying on is basically you are performing, you are more like continuing in terms of carrying out the duty that you are to do. So you say carry on or carry out. Okay, so any of the two. So here I chose carry out. Okay, even though on was so appropriate there, but I used out. So out basically is a preposition or adverb used to indicate the completion of an action. So this one is the completion of an action. Okay, but when you say carry on, then it means the activities in continuation. Okay, it is not showing a completion when you say carry on. Okay, so therefore I use the out to show a completion of an action. Okay, so tragically young people have been beaten, raped, and even murdered. Okay, so wicked people do hide what they are in, okay, in order to find victims on the. So here we can say wicked people do hide. Okay, so wicked people do hide what they are. Okay, and then what should come after? In order. Okay, they do this, they hide out so that, okay, we can even say so that. If here we had the so that, okay, they find victims. So if here there was they, then we can take up that. Okay, but here we can say wicked people do hide what they are in order to find victims on they. So here I'll use the word order. Okay, so order basically is a noun indicating the purpose, okay, or a reason for an action. So why do they hide? So you start thinking of, why are these people hiding? So they are hiding in order to find victims. Okay, so that's what the word order can mean. So I'm starting from here, dear viewers, and then I'm coming up with the order to this point. Okay, so that's how you take it up, and then we look at the other side. Okay, so here there was a continuation. So wicked people do hide out in they hide out what they are in order to find victims on the internet. So it came up to this part. Okay, on the internet. Okay, enormously. Okay, enormous communication through the internet can be, or can make it most impossible to see through such deception. Okay, when you talk with someone, when you talk with someone in person, okay, you may learn something from his facial expression and the tone of his. Now here, look at this, and the tone of his. So what can be a tone of? Okay, so there is facial expression and then the tone. So the tone is of the person. Okay, so which part of the tone? A tone basically it is produced in the voice. The tone is in the voice. So when answering here, you look at the meaning of the tone. So the word tone implies to the voice. Okay, so the tone of his voice. Okay, so there we can apply the word voice. So if you look at the tone is the vocal sound, especially that of the human. Okay, but we make a continuation, but on the internet you don't get any of that. It is easy to be fooled. Okay, and then we go on. Okay, so Granted, okay, not everyone you meet on the internet is a dangerous predator, okay. However, there are additional ways in which people hide, okay, what they are. A common practice, okay, so here we can say a common practice, okay, a common practice dash those seeking romance on the internet is to exaggerate. Okay, so here we can look at this. A common practice dash those seeking romance on the internet is to exaggerate or invent good traits, okay, and to minimize or conceal serious faults. So if we look at this actual sentence here, okay, a common practice dash those, what are those? Those are people. Here this word here is meaning people, those seeking romance. So here we can say a common practice, we can say to those seeking romance on the internet, or we can say a common practice among those seeking internet seeking romance um, on the internet, okay, or a common practice on those, but we can say to or among those, okay. So those two words are correct, okay. So here I applied the word among. So a common practice among those seeking romance to the internet is to exaggerate or invent good traits and to minimize or conceal serious faults. So the word among mean to included, okay, to the admit, to the midst. So that's what it means, okay. And then we can go to the other side. Internet dating can be bad, okay. Dash people get deceived, okay. So internet dating can be bad dash people get deceived, okay. Now if we internet is if we try to apply the word from here, we have to take note that this is when people discover, when people they discover that internet is bad, okay, when they get deceived, that's when they will say internet is bad, okay. So they can't say direct that internet is bad, but when the internet they have experienced it. So let's now read through and then we apply the appropriate word. Internet dating can be bad dash people get deceived. So we can say internet dating can be bad when people get deceived. So the word which I will apply there is when people get deceived. So it is not bad if someone has not yet experienced, but when he experienced, that's when it can be bad. So the word when indicates time or circumstance. So when the circumstance happens to a person, that's when um, we can say that internet is bad, okay. So therefore when we stand for to indicate time or a circumstance, okay. So we can now continue. People often switch sexes, okay, okay, income levels, okay, race, okay, criminal records, mental health histories, and marital status, okay. To warn others, many people have reported painful experience of, okay, of we can say of dash misread by internet dates. So let's look at this part. To warn others, many people have reported painful experience of being. So here the word that we can catch up is being. Okay, being misread, because the internet can mislead you. So we can say being misread by internet dates rather than believing all that is written to you by someone, okay, you have never met. Consider your steps carefully. So there the word which I will apply is been, okay. So the word been will be applied, okay. So I'll apply the word been even though I didn't indicate it, but I'll try to indicate the word been there, okay. So let me put it up like that, okay. All right, so we have that. So been is used as a continuous tense, okay. So dear viewers, we come to an end of this session, okay. So please, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, okay, and more blessings on to those who will be writing, Okay, I wish you all the best, please, dear viewers. And then also ensure when you are going through the clause, if it will be given on to you, read it through and then from there understand what the particular passage is about. And then from there go on to answer the questions. Okay.